I saw Israel in Boulder, Colorado.
I saw Israel in Bogo City in the Philippines.
I saw Israel in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Soon after a 7.0 magnitude earthquake devastated the nation of Haiti in January 2010, I spent a month working side by side with Israeli aid workers. As the founding medical director of an American relief organization, JPHRO, I saw Israeli compassion and discipline firsthand. I saw medical knowledge and a can-do attitude unlike I've ever seen before. Let me tell you a story. An Israeli aid worker was assigned the task of assembling an x-ray machine for the field hospital. He only had 24 hours to put it together. And so I asked him, "Have you ever built an x-ray machine before?" He looked at me and he said, "No." I asked him, "Have you ever used an x-ray machine before?" And he said, "No." So not only are you going to build one, but you're also going to teach others how to use it within a day? He said, "Yes." He said, "Dr. Ruiz, we Israelis have a syndrome called RTFM. Have you ever heard of it?" So I started thinking about all the syndromes I learned at Harvard Medical School, and I finally asked, "What's RTFM syndrome?" He answered, "Read the freaking manual." Although he didn't say freaking. And sure enough, this guy plops down, opens the book, starts reading, and after I got back from the field that evening, not only had he built it, but there he was teaching others how to use it with hundreds of practice x-ray machines of everybody's hands. And let me tell you, it was amazing. And I've got to tell you that I saw the Israelis doing stuff like this every day. I mean, you always hear about the relationship between the United States and Israel, the strength of the bond. Well, in Haiti, I lived it. I was it. And it was an incredible thing to be a part of.
I'm the Director of Homeland Security and Emergency Management for the state of Colorado. So I'm the guy responsible for dealing with all things bad. Tornadoes, fires, terrorism, floods. September 11, 2013 is a day I'll never forget. That's when Colorado started to flood. The flood covered over 2,000 square miles from the Continental Divide to the Nebraska state line. More than 28,000 homes were impacted, 2,000 of them destroyed. We had over $3 billion in loss. Amazingly, thanks to our early warning systems, there were only 10 fatalities. But we had thousands of people trapped in isolated communities. Entire populations of towns were evacuated by military helicopter. It was a monumental emergency management task. On September 16th, Governor Hickenlooper received a letter from the mayor of Israel's Ramat Hanegev region. It stated that a team from IsraAid is en route to Boulder. Well, that's nice. So we asked our FEMA coordinating officer, "Did you know the Israelis are on their way to help?" Which set off a series of phone calls. The FEMA guy, in fact, didn't know. And we couldn't find any officials with any more information about the Israeli team. Eventually, we turned to our friends in Boulder. He said, "Hey, Boulder, did you know about the Israelis?" And Boulder returned and said, "No, what Israelis?" Well, instead of going through official diplomatic channels, they simply booked tickets on commercial flights and used tourist visas as if they're coming to go skiing. The Israelis refused not to help. They're in Colorado for over 24 days, provided over 1,000 volunteer hours. They weren't involved in any of the glamorous, dangerous rescue missions. Their days in Colorado were entirely unglamorous. In fact, they spent most of their time mucking out the mud and debris out of homes, out of their basements, and helping get individual families back on their feet. They flew halfway around the world. They flew halfway around the world to spend 3 weeks mucking out our basements, because when your friend is in need, you do what you can to help. That's the Israel I know.
Well, I run a small disaster relief organization out of Minnesota. I did not bring the snow, by the way. And that's how I found myself called to the task in Bogo City in the Philippines. It was just about 7 days after the most devastating typhoon in history had hit the mainland there. I heard the Israeli Defense Forces had established a field hospital just miles from where I was. Well, I went to the camp and I explained to them that I'm a nurse practitioner from the United States. The IDF colonel in charge greeted me like I was a long-lost daughter. He hugged me and he welcomed me into the Israeli family, and he truly meant it. I was the only non-Israeli on the team, and they insisted that I work with them, eat with them, and work right in the field hospital. In the face of crisis, they welcomed me. I spent 10 days at the field hospital, and what I saw was absolutely incredible. As a relief worker, I knew the reputation that the Israelis had for excellence, and in 48 hours, I saw them build a field hospital on the scale that I just could not fathom. But it was the compassion and the love that they showed to patients, to the translators, to everyone that walked through that hospital that truly moved me. The differences between them did not matter. Everybody just came together to help and to heal. I genuinely believe that those of us who do relief work, there's just something in our DNA. It compels us to run towards a disaster or a crisis rather than away. For 10 days in Bogo City in the Philippines, I was part of the IDF family, part Israeli, and I couldn't have been more proud.
Whether it is in the monsoon-soaked soil of the Philippines, the floods of Colorado, or the rubble of Haiti, again and again, Israelis have come to the aid of those in need.
We are proud to work with our Israeli brothers and sisters.
And we are so humbled to be part of the bond between these two great nations. Thank you. Singing You and I Can Change the World, please welcome the Children's Chorus of Washington.
You're great.
Ani